Hey guys, I'm Drunken Headshots, and I'm gonna give you 3 tips on how to improve your game in Diablo 3. Now, if you want to keep following these guides, you want to see more, go ahead and hit that sub button and smash that thumbs up. Alright, and if you want to see any other guides, you have some ideas, go ahead and hit me up in that comments down below. But aside from that, let's jump right into it. First things first, we're going to go over augments. I'm going to explain just a few things, so try to keep up. You'll see that I am not, let's say I want to augment my belt here with intelligence. Well, this ruby is not going to give me intelligence, if you know. Okay, that's it. If you go all the way to page 10, you'll see, right, how the augments work. Now, don't worry too much about these ranks, because we definitely do not, and I wouldn't advise it, and I'll explain here in a moment, augmenting at these minimum ranks. They're not going to give you very much, and it's not worth it. So, but topaz will give intelligence on your gear. The rubies will give strength. The green ones will give dexterity, and then you have amethyst, which gives you vitality. That'll put it on your gear. If you can look at my weapon here, you'll see the Caldesan's Despair, rank 110. That means I augmented it with a level 110 gem. And if you could see here, I got a 110 level invigorating gemstone. I'm going to use this. You can use any gem in the game, but definitely give you advice here. Don't use any gems that have a limit of, I don't know, 50 or 100 or anything like that, because unless you only plan on augmenting it up to its limit. But here I'm going to use this 110, and I want to put it on my belt, but I want intelligence. So if you don't know, you can actually go over here to Squirt the Peddler, go to miscellaneous. You can see you buy these essences, and if you have 9 of them, 9 of a gem with the essence, you could change it to that color of the essence. So I had a topaz essence, and it changed this to topaz. So we want to augment. I only need three to be able to augment intelligence. I got 9, so that's really nice. I got some extra. So 3 topaz. I got the item, which is, I'm gonna use a belt here, and I can literally just plug it in. You don't have to have the recipe out to be able to do this, and you don't have to put in exactly 3 gems if you don't want to. It's fine. It'll only use 3 when you put it in the cube. So there it is. You can see I have 6 here, and I've augmented this to 110. So just to give you some tip advice here, and I'm going to turn my webcam on. So just to give you a tip advice, when you do augment, I wouldn't augment anything under 80. That's just mainly, that would be just my opinion, but some people will say 90, some people will say 100. You don't want to augment under that. I would say somewhere in there, I think you're all right. It depends on if you're playing solo self-found or whether you're playing with other people. If you're playing solo self-found, 80 is where most people start augmenting, 80 or 90, and then you could start moving it up depending on what you're capable of in your build. So me, I usually don't start augmenting till around 100, or even sometimes even 110, just because it depends on what character I'm playing and all that stuff too. So it is very dependent on what you're doing in the game and what you're capable of. So, but that's it for augment. Let's go on to the next tip. So this is the second tip, and it's, just the tip that you need right here to get the most primals possible in the shortest amount of time, or the most legendaries, and it'll be as efficient as possible. We're not talking about reforging here. We're just talking about getting the most out of our time and being as efficient as possible. As long as you're running your greater rifts in 2 to 2.5 minutes, somewhere between there, or whatnot, just being as efficient as possible. You're going to get as many legendaries as possible in the shortest amount of time. And those legendaries will have a chance to go ancient, and they'll also have a chance to go primal, and they'll have a chance to have the right stats that you need for your gear. So make sure you're running those greater rifts in that time right there. You want 2 to 2.5 minutes. If you're just spamming greater rifts, you're going to have more. That's going to be more efficient than if you were to run T16s, and unless T16 is that area where you can only run. If it's GR, like it's pretty much GR70 right at that point, and if you can only run a GR70 at 2.5 minutes, and anything above that just messes with your time, and you're probably stuck at that for a moment until you get better gear. But most builds can go well over GR70, and the meta builds anyways, and you'll be able to do that efficiently. So GR90 and above is going to give you is going to net you the same amount of legendaries as if if you're doing GR90, you're going to get the same amount of legendaries as if you were doing a GR150. It's all the same. So just keep that in mind. So after GR90, you're looking at what am I just trying to get? I'm just trying to get better, more Paragon at that point. You're not trying to get more legendaries. So you're doing a GR90 or above in 2.5 or 2 to 2.5 minutes. That's going to net you way more legendaries than anything else would possibly be able to do that for you. So just try to use that, use your time efficiently, and you'll be able to get the most legendaries in the shortest amount of time. So let's go into the next tip. So the final tip we're going to go over is reforging. When is it right to start reforging? How many mats should you have before you start reforging, and what should you reforge first? So my honest opinion right here, this is all just opinion. Some people are going to believe differently. What I usually do, and it works out for me just fine, is I start with my weapon. You want to have the most damage so you can start going higher in G-Rifts and all that and kill more things faster. So I start with the weapon. I have a primal, as you can see, right? But if I didn't and I had just a normal legendary, I would want that to be ancient as soon as possible. Just getting your weapon ancient will increase the amount of damage that it does, the amount of damage that it can roll. If you look here, you can see if you hold control down, and control is my push to mute, so pretty hard to talk that. But you can see there was a range of damage there. And you can see that the ranges on the ancient and the primal are the same. That's because primals don't roll higher than ancients. They are just ancients that automatically have the maximum values of those potential rolls that an ancient would normally have. So my purpose when I'm of reforging, when I first start reforging, is to get an ancient weapon. That is the first thing, because it will roll higher values than the non-ancient. That is the first thing I would do. And then I would focus on trying to get stats in that weapon that are crucial to the build, such as cooldown reduction or attack speed, whatever I'm playing. And though that might not be as important as just getting that average damage value as high as possible. So if you've already got, ancient gear and you're just all decked out, all right, or maybe there's always going to be one piece of gear that is the worst. Mine right now is Crispin Sentence. It naturally rolls attack speed, but I like the crit chance, but I would like there to be some crit damage on this ring. What I would do if for purpose of the video, I'm going to reforge 1 or 2, but these values need to be 100 plus before you start spamming that reforge. I wouldn't suggest spamming reforge without it being like 100 plus, and I would stop somewhere around 5 or 10. So because you never know if you're going to need these mats to craft, I don't know, crimsons or something at the blacksmith. You may think you might not need it now, but later down the road, you might just change your mind and you're going to be like, well, now I'm, SOL, I gotta start doing some bounties, or I gotta do the challenge rift or something. So, if I if I want to get this up, you know, I'm just gonna have to reforge, and hopefully I get an ancient or something, and then you know, of course, I'm gonna stop at in here, because who knows, I might need to get I might need to build some more Reaper's Wraps or something, and I don't, you know, I don't want to run out of those mats. So that's it, guys. I hope that this was a very informative guide. I hope I was able to help you out in some sort of way. And if you do like these guides and you stayed all the way to the end because you're a champ, well, hit that like button. And thank you for being here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.